When the fire began to scorch this poor woman, she contrived to disentangle herself from the dead body and, creeping from under the pile, hid herself among some brush, wood. In a little time, it was discovered that there was only one body on the pile. The relations immediately took the alarm and searched the poor wretch. The son soon dragged her forth and insisted that she should throw herself on the pile again, or drown, or hang herself. She pleaded for her life at the hands of her own son and declared that she could not embrace so horrible a death, but she pleaded in vain, unable to persuade her to hang or drown herself. The son and the others present then tied her hands and feet and threw her on the funeral pile, where she quickly perished. This horrible incident is what a son did to his mother in the year 1796 at village Majapur. But what would make a person be willing to do such horrible and horrifying acts against his own mother? This was an enactment of sati, or widow burning. As practiced by Hindus, the practice is mentioned in several ancient Hindu texts and is a part of their religion. Although sati is currently banned in India, it has a long history and roots within Hinduism. Anushasana Parva, Section 101. This section of the Mahabharata describes the consequences of not allowing a woman to perform sati, where a widow would immolate herself on her husband's funeral pyre. The text states that a woman who is prevented from performing sati would have to suffer the loss of her husband in life, and then face a life of poverty, misery, and disrespect. The text further explains that a woman who is unable to perform sati would be considered an object of pity and would have to live a life of penance and austerity to gain the same status as a sechi. The text suggests that the act of sati is a virtuous and noble act, and that a woman who performs it gains the highest level of merit and spiritual benefits. The practice of sati is referenced throughout Hindu texts. For example, the Rig Veda is considered one of the most ancient and revered texts among Hindus. It is part of the 4 Vedas, which are the foundational texts of Hinduism. Rig Veda 10.18, 7. Let these women whose husbands are worthy and are living enter the house with G applied, as collyrium. Let these wives first step into the pyre, tearless, without any affliction, and well adorned. Another example is Vishnu Purana. It is also part of the 4 Vedas. Vishnu Purana, Book 2, Chapter 8. When the widow commits herself to the flames which consume the body of her husband, she shall be held worthy of praise. But she, who from avarice or fear of another declines to ascend the pile, shall be held infamous and be deprived of her husband's wealth and the rewards of all her virtuous acts. Some Hindus till this day acknowledge that this is a practice prescribed in their own scripture. The very same deities they worshipped engaged in this ritual, so they refused to let go of it and still engage in it, even thought sati is illegal in India and is considered a criminal offense under Indian law. In 2013, an elderly woman was forced to commit sati in a village in Madhya Pradesh. Many incidents are reported, and some incidents may be happening in the shadows away from everyone's sight. Human sacrifice follows with unimaginable trauma, more so when it's your mother, sisters, daughters. This is what polytheism like Hinduism brings upon mankind.